Now viewers, let's shift our focus to top developments. The Supreme Court has refused a petition that has been filed in the Apex Court by a law student, which challenged the validity of the Places of the Worship Special Provisions Act of the year 1991. The law prohibits the conversion of the religious character of any place of worship, ensuring it says the same as it was on 15th of August in the year 1947. The law student Nitin Upadhyay argues in his petition that the government has exceeded its powers by blocking the judicial remedies, requesting the court to allow the legal proceedings to determine the original religious identity of the places of worship. Upadhyay is specifically challenging the provision of the Act which stops any legal action to alter a place of worship status, as according to him, this limits a person's ability to seek judicial remedies which are fundamental part of the Constitution. However, the Apex Court has now stated that it will not allow multiple proceedings on the same issue, dismissing the attempts to draw a distinction between the new petition and the ones that have been filed earlier. The court has, however, granted the petitioner the liberty to move an application in the batch of cases challenging the Act's constitutional validity that are already under scrutiny. My colleague Sambhav Sharma is joining me live on the broadcast. Sambhav, in fact, a hectic day as hearings were proceeded for the challenging of the Places of Worship Act by the law student, and the Apex Court has given the order dismissing the plea. What is now the way forward, and how can be this a challenge to the Act?
Yes. Well, in the latest development in the Places of Worship Act, the Supreme Court today, the Supreme Court bench led by Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna today dismissed the law student's petition challenging Section 4 Clause 2 of the Places of Worship Act 1991. Now, this Section 4 Clause 2 of the Places of Worship Act prohibits altering the religious character of the places of worship to which existed on 15th of August 1947. However, the top court granted him the permission, the petitioner the permission to file a petition in the main matter of the Ashwini Upadhyay. Now, what is this main matter of the Ashwini Upadhyay? Ashwini Upadhyay in his petition challenging the Places of Worship Act 1991 stated that there is a need to strike down Section 2, 3 and 4 of the Places of Worship Act, and also there is another petition by the Subramaniam Swamy in this matter, wherein he is seeking modification of the provisions to allow in the Places of Worship Act to allow Hindus to claim the ownership of the Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi and Shahid Gah Mosque in Mathura. So these are the latest developments. However, there are other petitions also in the Places of Worship Act which supports the Places of Worship Act and opposes any challenge to the Places of Worship Act. This petition is of Indian National Congress, which is about saying that it is essential to maintain communal harmony, and this act is very much important. And also CPI Marxist, Indian Union of Muslim League, and NCP Sharad Pawar faction AIMIM's petition. So these are the petitions which are supporting Places of Worship Act on one hand, and the other petitions which are challenging certain sections of the Places of Worship Act. But today, the Supreme Court has dismissed a petition challenging Section 4 Clause 2 of the Places of Worship Act. So this is what is latest in this regard.
Well, all right, Sambhav. Thank you very much for adding these details.